So the Second Amendment basically is trying to make sure that we have the ability to be able to protect ourselves.
I think the Second Amendment means the right to own a firearm, and I think that the average American would probably agree with that. Now, I don't think it necessarily means the right to own any kind of firearm, but it does guarantee the right to own at least certain kinds of firearms.
What it means to the average American, I think that's what's unique about our culture. How do you define the average American? Are you talking about someone who lives in a city, someone who lives in a rural area? Are you talking about someone who lives in a dangerous area, someone who's a convict?
What do you think about all the mass shootings that's been happening recently?
Oh, breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. I was in high school when the Columbine shooting took place, and it put something that had never been thought of into my mind. It became a bit of a stress component as a student. That being said, Cal State Fullerton here in Orange County is the site of the first mass shooting at a school site.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible. But I don't blame guns for that.
You know, I think the mistake there is to equate the gun with the mass shootings. I think that the kind of people that are committing these acts would find some way of killing a large number of people, whether it be explosives or knives or whatever else. The gun in and of itself is simply a tool. Now, unfortunately, these individuals are able to get a hold of that tool, but Timothy McVeigh didn't use a gun, and he killed a whole lot of people.
Heard about it growing up in Fullerton. I had heard about it. Columbine happened, and then as an adult, as a teacher, it breaks my heart. After the Connecticut elementary school shooting with the kindergartners, I had a kindergartner at the time, and it's awful to think that that happens in our society, and how the mentally ill find ways to get their hands on guns.
So do you think we should change the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms due to all these incidents?
Well, I mean, I think that there are some things that I think need to be clarified. And certainly, I don't think people need to own a .50 caliber rifle. That's a gun that's intended to take out armored vehicles, not tanks, but still armored vehicles. That's, I think, far more firepower than a person needs. I don't think people necessarily need to have handguns that hold, 20 bullets. Really infringing on our freedoms by taking away the right of people to own guns. I mean, that's part of being in a free society. But I do think that you can still have a free society in which you somewhat limit guns.
I think the idea ultimately of civil unrest is huge. You take away the right to bear arms, and you give the government a whole lot more power. And the government should always be put in check. There should always be a balance, right? Not like, completely one-sided.
Okay. Do you think the problem with all this are the firearms or the people with the firearms?
I would definitely say it's the people. You can take a pistol and you can place it on a table, and if no one ever touches that firearm, it's never going to do harm to anyone. It's the person who has the firearm and their intent.
I absolutely think there's more psychology involved than the actual weapons themselves. Because, you can kill with a spoon. I mean, honestly, you can, not mass killings with a spoon, but you can mass kill with a bomb. Nobody seems to be, having a hoopla about that. So I definitely think there's a lot more breakdown of mental wellness, if you will, of individuals within our society. I blame, by the way, technology for that. I think that people don't spend enough time getting to know each other and truly understanding human nature and just why we should all care about each other.
So, lastly, what do you think it means to be an American when it comes to gun control?
What does it mean to be an American?
Yeah.
I think it has to do with you have your own choice. What do you want to do? I think that's what it means to be American. And it also comes with the territory of respecting our neighbors' wishes and how they feel about the right to bear arms.
I think it certainly means the right to own a firearm, but there again, I think it means common sense. I think it means being logical. But I think that it's dangerous to take away the amendments, the rights that we have.
I think to be American, in a lot of ways, is to be a good human being. And what I mean by that is, I think one of the things that we are passionate about as Americans is, again, this absolute right that we have for our privacy, as well as our ability to be able to protect one another and ourselves and our family and the things that we love and the people that we